The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
And good morning to you. Butch Hubbard here with you on this football Friday morning. Here it is, the, what day of the week is this? I mean, the date. 15th day. We're halfway through the month. And football Friday night as the Wayne County Yellow Jackets host Stockbridge, right, Bob?
That's correct. The Tigers of Stockbridge.
And world famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Nips Car Wash, located on Highway 301 South. So when all this rain moves on out, head on out to Nips Car Wash and get your car vehicle washed there on 301 South, just past McDonald's on the left-hand side. And by Murphy Builder Supply, where the builders buy. Murphy Builder Supply on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup. So what is going on with NFL football with players ripping off somebody's helmet and then smashing them on the head with it? Tell us about it, Bob, because it was your team.
Luckily, it wasn't serious, but it could have been deadly. It was just something no one's ever seen on a football field. Listening to all the commentary last night, NFL players that have been playing 12, 15 years were just shocked with what they saw.
Set the scene for us. What happened last night?
Hell, Myles Garrett came in and tackled Rudolph, had him on the ground.
So Myles Garrett of Cincinnati.
No, Cleveland.
Excuse me. Cleveland. That's right, Cleveland.
One of their better players, a Pro Bowl player, sacked him, laid on top of him. I'm sure words were exchanged, but a couple of linemen finally grabbed him off of Rudolph. Rudolph stood up, but Garrett had his helmet, ripped his helmet off.
So he ripped the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback's helmet off. Okay.
Had it in his hand and then swung it and hit him in the head with the helmet. Luckily,
yes, he did. It's right there in full color, Technicolor.
Sad.
And so he was ejected. They're talking about suspension for the rest of the year. They're even talking about jail time. I don't know if they would go that far because it is a very heated, violent game, but you've definitely got to be out for a while hitting somebody in the head with a helmet. That's a deadly weapon.
There's just a lot of bad hits in that game. Pittsburgh lost both receivers for concussions, helmet-to-helmet hits, but, it's a violent game, but you can't use your helmet as a weapon. I mean,
like the other guy's helmet as a weapon. Yeah, rip his helmet off and then smash him up against the side of the head with it.
Just not good.
I'm sure after
what was sad is like Cleveland won a big game, and Baker Mayfield said it best. Instead of talking about the big win, they're talking about a player just losing his cool and acting like a fool.
Yeah. So. Well, I'm sure when he got the locker room and cooled down a little bit, he's thinking, what was I thinking? Sometimes these guys just get caught up in the heat of the moment and playing and so forth. Words are exchanged, emotions are running high, and you do something that you think, did I do that? And he did.
Most players said it best. If you watch him swing that helmet, if he hits him in a different, it could have been very bad. Right? Could have ended the guy's career. So, I'm sure the NFL is going to suspend it for the remainder of the year and see how many fines are handed out. I'm sure there's going to be some fines handed. Like I said, Marquise Pouncey tried to come to the aid and was down on the ground kicking Garrett. So I'm sure that'll be addressed. So it was just an ugly ending to it was an ugly football game. Pittsburgh played ugly. 4 interceptions by Rudolph. He's not very good. I wish I could get Joshua Dobbs back. We let the wrong quarterback go to Jacksonville. So Mason Rudolph's just not the answer. I need Big Ben back.
We need Big Ben. What's wrong with him?
He hurt his shoulder. He's out for the year. He won't be back till next year. So, but they lost the running back on the first series. They lost
Pittsburgh.
They lost their best receiver in the first quarter to concussions. The second receiver to concussion. They were playing guys that were on the practice squad by the second quarter. So it was hard to score.
And they don't get the water boy to suit up.
It was just ugly game.
Man,
it ended ugly. So
it ended ugly because of 2 reasons: all that bad stuff, and then of course your Steelers lost.
Yeah, I'd be curious to hear what Dan Patrick and Jim Rome and all those guys got to say. But I said you can't use your helmet as a weapon. I said, I'm talking guys
use somebody else's helmet. Their helmet.
The people they talked to last night. Like they've been a year. They played in the league 10, 12 years. So they've never seen. That's the first time they've ever seen a player use his helmet or use a helmet as a weapon. So. I said most players called it criminal last night.
Yeah, they did. That's what we're talking about.
They called it simple assault. So it was just not a good situation.
There was nothing simple about it.
Just glad it wasn't as, it could have, like I said, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. His head's totally unprotected, and you're using that heavy helmet there with all that state-of-the-art whatever surface they have on it, fiberglass of some sort, and you're hitting them hard up against the head. I'm sitting here trying to erase all the text that came in when a person tried to win that turkey. It's like,
there's a lot.
We got a lot of people.
A lot of people with those turkeys.
Yeah, well, we've got thousands of listeners throughout Southeast Georgia, and you know that in most radio station giveaways, only 5% of radio station listeners actually participate in the giveaways. You know, which is amazing. You think that if you're, like, we give away great stuff, but they say only about 5% participate. But like I said, we've got thousands of listeners here in Southeast Georgia. And you take a look at all these texts and phone calls that come in when we do these giveaways, and you see names and numbers from all over the place. I think I got all of them. Because we're going to give away another turkey, if Jonathan can help me, because I have no idea how to do it. He's got this thing through the computer and all kinds of stuff, somewhere around $7.50. We'll give away another turkey from Piggly Wiggly, turkey shoot giveaway there, brought to you by your Jesup Western Sizzlin', and people winning them turkeys, Bob. We're going to give them away. We give away 2 away each day this week, and give away 2 a day each weekday next week for a total of 20. And that still gives people plenty of time to get their turkeys ready the following week before Thanksgiving.
City of Scriven also a sponsor.
And City of Scriven a sponsor. So you got, so they're going to be promoting their Christmas
in the Park.
Christmas in the Park. What's the date on that?
December the 12th.
12th, the weekend after the
Christmas parade.
After the Christmas parade. So the 12th, what day of the week is that?
I believe it's a Friday.
A Friday? They're going to do it on a Friday?
That's what they did last year.
Yeah,
I believe it's a Friday.
Sense. Yeah. Let's see here. Friday is the 13th.
Then it must be.
Yeah, Friday is the 13th. Friday the 13th, Bob, in December. So, but Scriven doing their Christmas in the Park like they did last year. Last year's was a tremendous success. A lot more people than they thought would show up.
But December 12th is the date, whatever day
that's a Thursday. Yeah, I am looking at 2019. So it's a Thursday evening, which is pretty good. It gets dark at 6, and so by the time you're there a couple hours, 8 o'clock, it's still plenty of time for the kids to get home and get ready for school for the next day.
So the snow was a big hit last year. It'll be a big hit again this year. 42,000 pounds of real snow.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't turn to ice. What you in there grinning for, Jonathan? It did. It turned to ice last year. You could stand on that thing and slip and slide and peep into hiding on that thing. Just. And so we hope that they have a great. Hopefully, it'll be cold that night. Yep, it just says Thursday night, just like last year, worked so well, we don't want to change. That's got to be the Mr. Mayor himself. So, have you taken Mr. Weaver to lunch yet for Troy beating Georgia Southern?
I thought there was a Monday lunch at Damon's, and Monday I paid my debt.
You paid your debt.
I was still disappointed how Georgia Southern got whipped.
I know, I couldn't believe that.
But I made the bet, so I paid my debt. But
how many meals did you get out of it?
I don't know. But according to Mayor, I'm the only one who paid the debt, so I don't know who else he bet, but no one else has paid the debt to society. So.
All right.
But I paid my debt Monday.
Okay. So you paid your debt, and Jason ate and rubbed it in.
It was painless. No, he didn't rub it in.
He didn't rub it in? He was being a gentleman about it?
He was just happy his team won.
Yeah, well, us Southern fans were not happy at all. I just cannot believe the way the Troy beat.
I just apologize.
How does that happen?
I apologize.
How do you beat App State and then turn around and lose to Troy?
I apologize to Georgia Southern fans because my pick at Georgia Southern was, again, kiss of death. So it was not good.
Well, you don't always pick
Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern's playing at home this weekend, so they should bounce back.
Yeah, who are they playing?
Louisiana Monroe.
Okay.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. We'll have that game for you right here on 105.5 FM Saturday afternoon, again at 1 o'clock with the pregame show.
Again, they'll be bowl eligible if they win that game, so they're trying to become bowl eligible for the second straight year. So Georgia Southern most likely going to another bowl game this year, which is be good.
That'd be great. So ULM this weekend, and then the 23rd, going out to Arkansas to take on Arkansas State. on the 23rd, and then finish out the regular season November 30th at home, taking on Georgia State.
Good football team. Georgia State's having a good year.
They are? Okay. Have you seen their new stadium, which was the old Turner Field, which was the old Olympic Stadium?
I'm hoping to see it in 5 weeks when Wayne County plays for the state championship, because that's where the state championship games are.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
That's my hope anyway. Got to win tonight, though, to get going. Got to win 5 games or 4 games to get there.
4 games. Got to win 4 more games to get to the state play. Now, is the final game played?
All the finals are at the stadium.
Okay, so they don't play there and then come back and play at a home field. The final ones are right there.
Championship games are in Atlanta.
Or in Atlanta at Georgia State Stadium, whatever it's called.
I'm not sure what they call it.
Neither do I. But the Panthers, aren't they?
It used to be called Turner Field.
Yeah, it used to be Turner Field. Olympic Stadium and then Turner Field for all those years. And now Georgia State's taking over. So I have no idea what it looks like.
So you don't hear anything about old Ted? Where's Ted at these days?
He's out on his ranch somewhere. You know, he's one of the biggest landowners in America.
But you don't ever hear his name anymore.
No, you don't. He's just chilling out on the farm, just doing his thing. Made his multi-millions by selling his media empire and just enjoying life, I guess. Linus Jane Fonda, of course, they divorced many years ago.
I said, I still remember that night when he had to kick everybody out of the locker room because, you know, it was the first time they had female reporters, and Dale Murphy was Mormon, and they let people in before they were ready for the reports to come in, and everybody got kicked out, and Ted Turner had to come out and apologize that, that, you know, he didn't normally kick media out of the locker room, but Dale Murphy was very upset. So the next night, Ted Turner bought them all bathrobes. So
he bought all the players' bathrobes. Did he put their initials on them, Bob?
I'm not sure, but I know. Yeah. I said Dale Murphy, Mormon, didn't want women in there without, you know. So it was just a crazy life.
I don't believe it can be very uncomfortable for. You know,
but I remember players. I was there that night, and everybody got tossed out. It was
you got
funny.
tossed out, Bob.
It
wasn't just you this time.
No, it was everybody.
Usually it's just you getting tossed out.
All the media got tossed out. Just stood out there, but nobody knew why. And then Ted had to come out and explain. And he let us in 10 minutes later when everybody was fully dressed. Yeah.
So let me do some splaining to you here.
That was back,
80 sometime.
80 something, yeah. 85, 86, something like that. It's a wild night at Turner Field.
Yes, someone just texted in. Remember, if you have questions or comments here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show or at any other time, you can text to our regular business line. It is text-enabled at 912-427-3711, 912-427-3711. Our regular business line is text-enabled. A text just came in. It says, Georgia State Stadium, very nice, but seating arrangement, weird. Maybe they couldn't get the seats moved around correctly for a football field from baseball. I don't know. I don't know.
Haven't been there, so can't tell you.
Okay. Well, of course, Southern plays ULM this weekend. Pre-game 1 o'clock, kickoff at 3 o'clock, right here on 105.5 FM. And the Bulldogs, what are they doing this weekend?
They're at the Plains Auburn. Tough game.
Yep, tough game.
Favored by a field goal.
Just a field goal. Just a field goal over Auburn.
Yep. You know, they can afford to lose a game and still win the SEC East because they got the tiebreaker with Florida, but if they lose a game, they're pretty much out of the playoff picture.
Yeah,
so
we don't know.
They got to run the table.
We got to run the table. Got to beat Auburn. Got to turn around next week and beat the Aggies, and then beat Tech,
and then beat LSU.
Yep.
That's the plan.
LSU don't have anybody else that's going to give them a run for the money, do they?
Well, they got rival games. They got Ole Miss and they got Texas A&M as well, I think.
Okay.
So Texas A&M they're like Auburn. They play all the teams that got big dreams. So, but I think LSU's going to run the table. They'll be unbeat when we get to Atlanta.
Okay.
Which will be good for us.
So what happened to that game? You were so sure that Alabama was going to win that game. They had their starting quarterback in there. LSU just went and just whipped up on them that first half. I mean, to Alabama's credit, they did come back.
But Alabama did things you're not used to seeing a Nick Saban team do. They turned the ball over. They missed tackles. When's the last time you seen Alabama? I think they said, Saban in his press conference said they missed 23 tackles.
Wow.
It's unheard of for an Alabama defense to miss 23 tackles. But Tua just wasn't, he was about 90%. I still don't understand how he dropped the ball going in there untouched for a touchdown in the first series of the game, but it was just ironic. LSU just won a little bit more. Joe Burrow played excellent. I say probably won the Heisman Trophy in that game. So Tigers win. But like I said, Georgia, I listened to some commentary on the Chuck offered on, Georgia fans and Georgia players not happy because they want Alabama.
They want to crack at Alabama.
Right. So, but we get LSU instead. But they wanted that revenge game against the Bama Crimson Tide. So now the question is, will Alabama make the Final Four? Well, they need a lot of help. They need
a lot of help.
They need Georgia to lose. They need a lot of people to lose.
Now, there was another team. Let's see. Who was the other team? Penn State lost to Minnesota, wasn't it?
Lost to Minnesota,
yeah, so that was another one above Georgia that lost. Alabama lost that was above Georgia.
The only thing that scares me about this game is, like I said, they put Georgia at the number 4 spot in the playoff picture. That's where Penn State was before they got beat by Minnesota. So that number 4 spot may not be where you want to be.
Well, for several years there, for many years there, it was the away team who seemed to win that game between Auburn and Georgia. And I don't know how it has been the last 4 years, but before then, it seems like it was always the away team.
I just think Georgia is focused. They know what they got to do. They'll get it done.
Get her done.
Gus Malzahn's ready to go to Arkansas and be the head coach there, so we'll help him pack his bags.
Say that again now?
The Auburn coach, they've been trying to get rid of the Auburn coach for the last 3 years.
Oh, have they?
The Arkansas job just came open. He's got ties to Arkansas. There's rumors already that he's going to be let go at the end of the year and go to Arkansas.
He's been in the top 10 all season long.
They don't like him.
They just don't like his personality.
They don't like him.
They just don't.
They said he has the personality of a mortician. So...
Well, if you win football games, who gives a turkey what your dog on?
Apparently the alumni does. They've been trying to run him out of time for 3 years. So he loses to Georgia.
Then you got to go find someone.
He loses to Georgia, loses to Alabama. They can pack him up and go to Arkansas. So Arkansas will be glad to have him. But Auburn wants him out. Talk to any Auburn fan. They don't like him.
They don't like him, huh?
No, they want him out.
Well, the Falcons finally won another game last weekend, and now they have another Southern Division game, right? A big one on the road?
Yeah, play Carolina.
Is Cam playing?
No, Cam's still playing. He's out.
Still hurt? He's out for the season?
Kyle Allen's the new quarterback for Carolina.
Okay, so that game can be heard right here on 105.5 FM beginning at high noon on Sunday. The Falcons and the Panthers right here on Big Dog Country Radio. And what do the Jags do? They're on the road, aren't they?
They're at Indy.
Yeah, going up to Indy, aren't they?
Yep, Nick Foles is back, so Jaguars have a chance to win that division. Glad to see Nick Foles back at quarterback.
Okay. And that game begins at, we'll have Fox NFL Sunday, whatever that's called, Fox NFL Sunday between 12 and 1 with Terry Bradshaw, Howie Long, Coach Jimmy Johnson of the gang. We'll have the audio portion of that from 12 to 1 on Sunday on AM 1370 The Buzz. And then the kickoff with the Jags and the Colts beginning at 1 o'clock on AM 1370 The Buzz, WLOP, our sister station.
And both teams get their starting quarterback back because Jacoby Brissett is back for the Colts, so it should be a good ball game.
And speaking of ball games, hopefully Jonathan's correct on that window opening for rain, because it does say 70, 90... I think it says 90, 60 or something like that, but hopefully we will have that window from late afternoon until late night where we can get a football game with no heavy rain coming down.
Yeah, hopefully the rain will stay away because that'll hurt the crowd. So I say, encouraging everybody to come on out, support the Yellow Jackets in this first round state playoffs. Again, all tickets are $8. Again, if you have a reserve seat ticket at JC Stadium, your reserve seat's good, but you have to have the $8 ticket to have the reserve seat. So keep that in mind. That reserve seat for the season, you got to pay $8. Everybody's got to pay to get in tonight's game, and then all tickets are $8. Tickets on sale at the school from 11 to 1 if you want to avoid the lines, because there'll be a big crowd tonight at the game. So
the tickets are on sale at the school from 11 to 1 today?
1, yeah.
Just go up to the front door there and
go to the high school, right? Go to the
ring that door and say, I'm here, I want my ticket.
Right.
Okay.
11 to 1.
Okay. Sounds good.
All tickets $8.
Anything going on this weekend other than football? Anything here locally?
They got that event at the high school we've been promoting for Rob. We thought he'd come in and promote it.
Why didn't he come in? Rob always comes in and promotes that thing. Rob, where are you? I'm teaching class, Butch. Well, you still, he usually comes in and promotes the, it's like a Comic-Con, but it's a mini version of it here. It'll be at the high school commons area, and it'll be tomorrow, right? Yes.
Or from 9 to 5.
9 to 5. Do they have any special characters coming in? Do they talk about any special? Usually they have
They do. Let me
a
find
character
the press
from,
release.
one of those zombie TV shows or something like that. And but it's for all the folks who are into that, the biggest one held each year, of course, is in San Diego, and a lot of the big stars go there to promote their movies or just to be there or whatever.
Let's see. There will be costume contests, craft workshops, demonstrations. Tickets are $5 at the door. They'll have. I'm trying to find. They have guest actors from popular TV shows such as Stranger Things. I don't know
All
what
right.
Stranger Things is. Do you know
That's
what
a
Stranger Things
Netflix
is?
thing, I think.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. So
That's
what's it
tomorrow.
called again officially?
It's called the 8th Annual Minicon Game and Media Convention.
So it's $5 to get in, and it's from what times tomorrow at the high school?
9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, some people come dressed regular, some people are dressed up in their favorite costumes and all that kind of good stuff. And so that's always interesting. I've never been to one of those things before. Have you? No, I know you hadn't. Don't even know why I ask.
It's college football Saturday. I'll be in front of.
I'm not really.
I'll be in front of a TV.
I like a lot of the movies that they represent and stuff like that, but I'm not into all the characters in the video games and stuff like that.
I'll be watching my dogs whip up on the Auburn Tigers. Get ready to move up in the polls again. Still got them playing Ohio State national championship game. It's all coming together.
Okay.
I can see it.
All right, somebody just texted in about the rain possibly this afternoon for the game tonight at JC Stadium. It says, a little rain never hurt anybody. It's tailgating football Friday. That's from Bubba. Good old Bubba. Thank you, Bubba.
Depends on how hard it's raining. I'm not a fan of rain in football. It's not a lot of fun. Been there, done that.
Been there, done that.
I don't recommend it.
No. I don't. I understand
The good
completely.
news is the field drains very well,
It does.
so it shouldn't be a problem. Like I said, Jonathan's right with the window. Just cold.
Remember many years ago that the Touchdown Club was trying to resurface and redo the surface of Donaldson Madry Field because it was getting old and potholes and messed up. But they needed $10,000 extra to help. They needed $10,000 more to be able to get it to drain and to sod it and to do it just perfect. And the Touchdown Club came on the radio station and said, we're really trying to raise $10,000 to help so we can resurface Donald. Of course, it wasn't called Donaldson Madry Field then, but the field at JC Stadium. And somebody listening to the show made an anonymous $10,000 donation to the Touchdown Club to have that done.
I remember.
Remember that? All right, let's see here. We got another text in that says, let's see what it says here. Call the Georgia game score exact. All right, Bob, it's Georgia what? Auburn what?
I think Georgia wins by 10. And I'll say 27-17.
Okay, 27-17. Write it down. Georgia 27, Auburn 17, according to the wisdom of Bob
I
Morgan.
think it'll be a low-scoring game, but I think Georgia wins easily.
Okay. All right, Bob.
Georgia's focused. Auburn's distracted.
Distracting. Okay.
Bo Nix won't be able to handle Georgia's defense.
Anything else on your mind?
I just want to encourage everybody to come on out tonight and support the Yellow Jackets. Like I said, if we win this game, most likely going to Clark Central High School next Friday night because they're heavy favorites over Lithia Springs at home. So
Going
gotta
to
get this
Athens,
win.
huh?
Going to
Wow.
Athens, which works out perfect for us because Texas A&M and Georgia play next Saturday. So Wayne County Clark Central Friday night, Georgia Texas A&M Saturday. I'll be in Athens, so it'll be fun. It's destiny. We win tonight, get to Clark Central Friday.
All right, and somebody just texted in, we cannot have a sluggish start.
Who's that, Georgia? Or
I don't know. I don't know if that's Wayne County or Georgia, but both teams. We'll just say it's both teams. Okay, Bob.
We just need wins.
Just win it and win. Go Jackets. All right, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup, world famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup, where the builders buy just right down from the Big Red Caboose, and by Nips Car Wash, located on Highway 301 South, past McDonald's there on the left-hand side.
World famous Butch and Bob Show.